I'm ready to get the action started. I'm ready for the live on 3, and hopefully Henry and Alex are as well.
We are chomping at the bit to get this third map started. Thank you very much to Jacob Pimpinicky, Matthew Maniac Kikre, and of course Trace Stunner Serenthus.
That's their names.
Yeah, in case you're wondering.
Well, here we go then. Fnatic on the T side. Smoke's already deployed. It will be an A finish here. Quick commitment of the smoke down towards jungle and the steps. Flashes to go over, and a Desert Eagle to lead the charge and find the headshot as well. This is absolutely sensational from Fnatic. They found 3 kills. The bomb's going to go down. Call it done. As we have Perfecto and Electronic remaining, they've got no kit, no utility. Need to find a couple of kills to even have a say in the round.
JW has just stood on top of that default boost and has put 40 bullets into that corner waiting for Electronic to move. He hasn't, and continues to stand in the very same spot that JW was trying to suppress. He chooses to just have a little look, and wow, some precision from Fnatic to dash the Na'Vi momentum immediately. All 5 still standing, and a deagle into the pistol round for that CT fight.
You don't see that too often. The Desert Eagle, I guess he had a very good spawn, his challenge towards CT spawn there, but it's ambitious. Normally you'll get a P250. You get a bit of utility with that as well, but I respect it so much. Crims nails the shot towards CT spawn. They don't drop a single kill. One of the most convincing pistol rounds you're ever likely to see, to be honest with you. As we'll see, Galil's and AK's brought out, of course, on the T side, and the Force Spy from Na'Vi. I expect to see a scout in there. It's going to be simple with the weapon, and 5 towards A once again. Gap in the smoke, though. Brown's going to wait patiently. Might have given him a 3E. It's going to be Boomage, though, just showing a bit of ankle there and falling back.
With unconfirmed damage onto Brolan. Oh, it's Simple's fantastic scout that once again seems to be connecting, but traded out as Golden does make his way into the site, and that scout loses its potency very quickly as soon as they get out Tetris.
Yeah, it certainly does. As soon as they get close up, you can only really hope for tags at this point. The Desert Eagle, though, still viable, but surely taken down by JW. It's scrappy, but it will be a final kill coming in there, and it's going to be Perfecto and Simple in the 2 versus 2.
JW on 1 HP after all of that.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's why we've got the thing in the top right now.
Very helpful.
Still alive. 3
versus 2. Simple incredibly low, though, both from CT, and they got the info as well. No kit, and as that beep can be heard, it's starting to quicken, and so is Fnatic picking this one up and rotating to actually try and do some damage. Look at JW, he's going kitchen, and he's looking to cook up a double kill.
He should be good for 1 here. Simple will be taken down by 1 bullet. There it is, Crims to get the final frag. It's going to be the eco now for Na'Vi, as we see them hovering around $2,400, and it's 2-0 Fnatic on their T side of Mirage. So what can be done here for Na'Vi? Not much, to be honest with you. Maybe a flashbang and some P250s. That's about it. Try and swing out together. It's another rough start for them. If you caught Inferno, they're actually 5-1 down and won the map 16-14. So 3 HGs have invested quite a lot, opting for P250s and HGs. So do they push towards the middle area? Let's nade towards top and middle. They can nade a ramp as well, and actually sending most of their players towards B. In fact, all of them. So they're going to nade deep in towards the apartments, expecting a rush here. I don't think Fnatic are the sort of team that would present a B rush against pistols, but regardless, that's what they've gone for. Na'Vi won't be doing much of those HGs, as we'll find a completely open site. Fnatic pretty much confirmed victory just from walking into a bomb site.
Yeah, these are the luxury rounds, especially after the hard graft of the first 2. You can see from JW's crosshair placement, it's too good to believe. He was checking every nook and cranny. But yeah, perfect use to really hammer home just how confirmed this round is for Fnatic. All 5 CTs just going to be digging in on B. It looks like they're just going to basically take all of that into the next.
No reason to hunt them. Let them keep the little they have. Flush up. Bit of a signature move for him. USP on the T side when they're on an eco. Looks really cool.
He does do that often. And it's almost never punished. I mean, he's always got a weapon to pick up. It's extra cash in the bag. I mean, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, if you know they haven't got helmets, it's a great weapon. As soon as they have the helmet on, it's when it kind of drops off dramatically. But either way. Yeah, I'll go to CJW, just flirting towards the B side there. Doesn't need to find kills, doesn't need to give anything away. That's fine. As we'll see ourselves go into round 4.
It's game time now, Hank.
This is where things get interesting. Will we see some aggression? We started to see it creep in from Na'Vi towards the end of Inferno. Found that confidence. They were little bit rattled. We actually heard from Simple in the interview between the maps. We asked, why are you not calling these timeouts? Why is this not happening? Apparently Boomage has everything under control. He only brings in Blade when he doesn't know something 100%. I don't really know what the point of that is.
I imagine he's there to double check, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he should be having a bit more moral support and kind of helping everyone out, but each their own.
Pinch of salt as well. In the same interview, Simple said he was hoping for 3 knives.
True.
So Simple, speak of the devil, has managed to find the first of Brolan. Crossing out towards ramp, and nade landing on the head of Golden as well has made this round look very difficult for Fnatic. And JW, he thought he has the element of surprise, but Simple, he caught a glimpse of him just as he leaped into the smoke, and now he can punish. The Wonder Child forced to watch as just 2 members of his squad remain. Should very well be the Na'Vi first. Nice and early into the piece.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Simple, a couple of frags out the AWP, and we will see the M4s survive as well. But can Crims and FlashUp do anything about this? Is there any resistance? FlashUp knows there's plenty of time remaining, a minute to be exact. Just trying to feel the map out here. Are there any kills available? Na'Vi having to reel it in. No one exploring their options at all. They know the money's at absolute zero. Need to keep these 4 players up if possible. Crims thought he spotted one, no one there.
And a whole lot of audio being scooped up from Flamey in that position.
It's pretty insane timing. The moment Flamey moves away from the vents, from Crims peaks. So they'll boost up. You can jump it there alone now, but it does make a sound cue. And that's smart when Flamey not shooting out the vent. He doesn't really have to watch our position anymore, but Simple spots him from spawn, swings around, and that's going to be a 4 versus 1 now. Flash is hoping to get a bomb down if possible. With 10 seconds remaining, he might be able to. There's no reason why they wouldn't swing here. And they've done it. They might just want him to bleed the clock out now as they get no money going forward. He knows it as well. He'll just go for a plant. Boom, will have to swing again. They've let him plant.
He's done it. He gets himself...
kind of ridiculous. Okay, if he wins this now, that was a bit of a misplay from Na'Vi. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to run the clock down and take it to 0 so he gets no cash, but you've let him plant. Like, why wouldn't he swing and deny that extra cash? I guess they were going to buy either way, but they still lost a player in the process, so it's not like they were playing it super safe.
Great work from Flusher. Jumping immediately off the bomb and realizing 5 seconds on the clock, he's got another window to force that fight. Gets away with it. 800 extra cash injected into every member of Fnatic, and we head to the 5th of our final map. Last game of the day. JW will be now bringing out that AWP. Excited to see what T-side AWPing tricks he's got up his sleeve. Seems like Fnatic have got a very specific page of the strat book here, and it looks a whole lot like that mid to be. Perfecto. We talked about it at the desk. Maniac and Pimp highlighting that this heavy mid lean from Na'Vi CT side, it's got them double digits, back-to-back double-digit CT sides, but they did raise the question, can you exploit Perfecto solo B?
That's the thing, he was very quiet in the second map, and he's continued to be silenced here by Brolan. Great shot that Kree, can't replicate his form from Dust 2 and get the double. Oh, Flamey, that was a great try. Simple though, he's bought just enough time to swing in. Can he deny the plant? He looks like he wants to. The bomb will go down, but it's going to be Electronic to pick up the player that planted it.
Yeah, this looks impossible for JW. He's got them all over the site already like a rash. He's already throwing out the Molotov. This seems so misplaced. He's already holding it, but the bullets arrive. Flusher stops it, and just like that, blink and you miss it. Now it feels all Fnatic. It looks so good for Na'Vi, but Electronic could change it. The smooth moves don't land. Oh, shots from JW through the wall. He connects only the P2K. A Molotov, that's something, but JW aggresses. This is chaos. 3 HP. Electronic still a chance, has the kit and holding, but the flame. Oh, Flusher, Flusher, no! And Na'Vi will take it. What was that round? Back and forth.
Oh, he didn't stand a chance there. Even he can't believe it. A rare smile there from Electronic as we see it come right down to the wire. That's a gut punch for JW and co. They felt like there was no way they were going to lose that after getting those 2 kills, denying the simple defuse initially, and then some way, somehow, that round delivers. JW, at this point, you'd think there'd be no other result but a victory for Fnatic at this point. But the Molotov down, it meant he had enough time to defuse with the kit, by the way. So he can't find the shots. He was actually doing a little bit of damage there. But then the panic sets in. He's sat in flames. He can't keep spamming that same position. Has to run through and it gets taken down. And now at a partial buy. Okay, this just got interesting.
That round just... It was so unpredictable. And JW likely kicking himself. That push felt a little unnecessary, but now we are seeing Fnatic getting this rather swift Third round on the board for Na'Vi, charging into B, charging straight into the meat grinder. Crim's half as well. Perfecto still set up on bench. He won't be going down so easy this time. No Roland with the Krieg to open things up. Just the Deagles, and that's a clean one for Na'Vi. 3-3, leveling up. Another day in the office for the B site. Flamey and Perfecto setting themselves up nicely on the B.
Here we go then. All tied up, and we will see the money not in a very promising situation for Fnatic. 3,500 across the board here. So Na'Vi, they'll have a chance to take stock here. Oh, it is a four. I didn't think a buy would be coming in, Alex. Not this early on. They've gone for 2 Galils, a Mac-10, and a couple of upgraded rifles in the form of a Krieg and an AK. Okay, they must have a set piece in mind. It looks to be that way as well. Much faster pace here towards middle.
Stacknade's window. Na'Vi are hearing this. They're starting to piece it together, and again, it feels like Simple's found another opening pick. How many? Roland, good work onto the first. It's only an SMG. Boomich can't really challenge that out too well. Re-smoking connector and looking to slow things down, but Simple still firing on all cylinders. 8 now in the 7th round of play.
Yeah, he really is coming into his own. First 2 maps, well, the first half of the second map, I should say, he was pretty MIA, but he has turned it on. It was enough to get them over the finish mark of Inferno. Could be enough to actually win the series in the end here as well. 2 frags, once more the AWP. Find themselves in a 4-3 lead. 1 minute on the clock here, Simple. This seems to know exactly where they are. Just 1 step ahead of the opposition. Too fast for his own good there. Still moving when he pulled the trigger. And JW will sneak past.
Ridiculousness. Bomb for Brolan. Already crawled all the way to bench. And they do have this slight pincer of Flusher on Balk, but there's no trade available. There's a smoke on that balcony. He's trying to play sneaky Beaver, but instead he gobbles a flash and tries to tuck himself in. And with Flusher's movement, Simple's hit his teammate. That looked awkward. Shouldn't be a problem.
Shouldn't be. We'll see if JW has anything to say about it. Okay, he's going to be inside his own head now. JW's had a couple of moments towards the B apartments, and now in CT spawn. That wasn't going to really sway the round either way, but that was a kill he felt like he should have picked up. That was a massive commitment with the buy there. The Galils, Mac-10s, a couple of rifles. We are going to see 3,000 pretty much on the nose for all 5 players of Fnatic now. After the 3-0 start, they've given up 4 rounds in a row. You can see their temperament starting to shift. They were looking so comfortable on Dust 2.
And a big emphasis has been put on this rebuilt Fnatic in terms of mental state. Often they've described they used to let their problems build up, boil over, and then, you know, we would see the surprise outlier results for Fnatic. Instead, they say they've got the format and the system in place where they can address their issues head on mid-game or mid-tournament. We'll see if there's evidence of that, because there is clear cracks starting to show. We'll see whether they can solve them on the fly. Samuelson's had 30 seconds on the microphone, and we head into the 8th round, final map, winner of which will meet Astralis in a battle for a quarter-final bye. That's a big, big prize to be picking up in just day 2 of the tournament.
Absolutely true. So, they've gone for the partial bye. This was a very promising approach in the earlier stages of the game. Simple caught off with the timing, but still a strong HE grenade. Baits Boomich, and he does about 150 damage out of the HE. Boomich more than happy to mop them up here, looking for a clean sheet. Not quite going to find it, but still a very convincing round. 5-3 Na'Vi.
Lovely jubbly. Another one in the tank. 5 as they do continue to nurture the bank. Look at that. Boomich on 11k before he buys as well. That's a very nice number to be seeing round 9 on a CT side. I will reiterate, that's typically the side that can fall foul to the economic downturn of the new world of Counter-Strike, but that's a very nice bank balance.
We're going to see now what Fnatic have got up their sleeve on the T side. We're going to have AK-47s and Kriegs now, all for JW. Certainly one for Simple. Double digits and smoked out, early smoke. Towards the CT side, it connects up. Pretty much nullifies his position there. Golden. Ooh. He's turned towards short. Just going to try and jump in towards window potentially here. Just going to be patrolling it, drops off. Did not mean to do that, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, this seems like a Fnatic that do seem a little shaken.
A little ruffled.
It's just those minor adjustments that all just seem to be a little off. Spot in the quarterfinals for the victor here. crucial juncture of Mirage. Bomb's going back towards T-spawn. They've got control of connector. They've got them all set up there. There is, of course, the pressure. They can get themselves into window now, albeit loud, with the new addition in mid. 35, and they're aggressively fighting ramp. This could get really awkward if that bomb, he's solo. If Crims doesn't win that duel, they lose this round, Hank.
Big plumage, but Krim certainly does win the duel in Simple now to fight Tooth and Nail. He's been surrounded here. It's a Fnatic player spewing towards the bomb site. He's showing a bit of wrist action there from the position. That came up really wrong.
Sounds hot. 10 seconds though. He's got to get that bomb down. Krim's will, the hero of this round. He loses the bomb ramp. This round would have been a very different story, but closing the gap. And if he can continue to pull off plays like that, there certainly will be some wrist action. Another headshot flaming. Takes the head. Perfecto falls to Flusher, and it is going to be a fantastic Fnatic round. But a bit of a... I can't help but feel that that wasn't the game plan.
I can only apologize for that one. Didn't see it coming. It's getting late here. But still, I think we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, tickled you. Sure.
Oh, great stuff, though. Another successful round from Fnatic after giving up 5 in a row. They will post some success there, keeping 4 players alive as well. Their execution, it seems to be their go-to, and they're feeling like they're painted into a corner somewhat, drop the execution in, and it seems to work more often than not, as we'll see the M4s come out once again.
But primarily through mid, it was like that jungle connector, 3-man assault. They were walking up bench. It made things very awkward for people to react to Crim's presence ramp. Very effective stuff from Fnatic. Good calls from Golden to put all those pieces, all those pawns in the right place. Who am I kidding? They're not pawns. Kings, queens. I don't know enough about chess to do any more.
You've got all sorts, really.
Rooks, bishops.
Knights, bishops, yeah.
Maybe Flusher's the bishop, because he's all diagonal funky.
I like that, the bishop.
Ooh, maybe legs. Maybe we can get the bishop in the cathedral of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we bash the bishop, get it done.
Can we get Henry Greer to bed? That's Henry Greer to bed, please. 5v5,
that's fine.
round 10 and the 60-second mark. So this does look quite similar, actually, with less progress from Fnatic.
Absolutely true. Still with a couple of smokes available to them. See the Molotovs, HE's exchanged here, as we'll get into the 45-second mark. Electronic does find the first kill. That's towards Brolan by the connector position. That's from the vent in towards CPL. So what's the response here? Time ticking away for Fnatic. They do have the bomb at the A-Ram. Has to be the split from the connector. Difficult situation for them considering JW smoked out. Simple hasn't really missed a shot so far. Continues successfully as he gets another 2 frags to his name. He really is racking them up now. 13-4.
Yeah, I think the Inferno ignited something within him. Seeing his team, what looked like it could very well have been a lost series. They even go down 5 versus 3 in the final round of regulation, and Perfecto, after being, I think he sat around 7 or 8 prior to that round starting, he gets 3 crucial frags in that 5 versus 3 situation. I think that was enough. Winning the map off the back of it, coming into Mirage hot. Na'Vi hold the lead and look to extend it with nade damage like that. Crims and JW chunked.
Yeah, Na'Vi starting to look like they're getting it all together right now, just in the nick of time. A different team almost here on Mirage, as Boomich inflicts so much damage with the HE grenade combo. They've got a 4-on-4 situation, but look at JW's health. Partnered with Crims as well. It's not looking too good. Electronic sits in that smoke, waiting for an opportunity. Anyone to try and jump up towards window, but JW decides against it, drops down towards connector.
He stood in that door, in that window frame, in the smoke with 5 HP. Not many players would have the audacity to do that. Dropped off before it fades and continues to live on. Opposite could be said for Brolan, though. It's Flamey to secure it.
So, massive start for Na'Vi. Man advantage. I don't know how Fnatic will get back into this round with what they have available to them. No warp, 1 smoke. Barely any HP between the 3 of them. We'll see whether they can make this work. It's a good start. Segregating the jungle position so they can focus towards window. See whether that's going to be the case. Electronic aware of it now. You can see he's got his eyes focused on about 3 different positions at this point, trying to tuck himself in, find some protection. But Crims, this is all by design. He knew he'd be there. And now they're going to try and split towards B. Perfecto now, isolated. He has got Flamey towards short, I believe. So he will fall back. But that's a key shot from Simple there. Up to Flush up. If he gets his kill on Flamey, we could be onto something. He knows he's there, just waiting for a mistake, but time is ticking away. He's going to have to force the issue.
He just doesn't have the time. Perfecto's on the site as well, hoping the molly would draw Flamey into a slightly wider stance, but he has to leap out. Perfecto should get the trade, though. 8 seconds. Flush is just going to have the bomb in his hands, and Perfecto can win the round. Takes his time, bides it perfectly. 3 seconds. Impossible for JW to win this one. And he made sure he was precise. Fair play to Perfecto to just hit crouch and not make him peep. God, that's scary.
Completely agree. Didn't spray either, so you didn't know exactly where he was. There's one bullet fired just so you couldn't work out exactly where he was from that shot. To buy him that 4 seconds required, runs it down. Sure, it's not the craziest, flashiest finish there, but it's enough to win the round, and that's all they care about at this point. That was really well played from Fnatic, though. To even get back in that round, what was that, a 4-on-2? And they had no time, no HP. And all of a sudden, Crims finds him a bit of space there. He gets that smoke down, isolates Electronic towards the window room. As soon as he takes him out, you can see them pouncing towards B. Flamey, though, say what you will about Perfecto, he actually runs the clock down very low there as well. Just hiding in towards Shore. I'm not sure if he knew he'd been discovered, but the fact he stayed there for a good 10-15 seconds made things very difficult for Fnatic. They had to force the issue, but still, it will be Na'Vi coming out on top. That was the kill that opened up the opportunity, and that was the one that closed it. Perfecto, just one bullet just to shroud his position for a couple more seconds.
Yeah, I mean, that's squeaky bum time. When you fired that shot, you hear the steps, you were looking at the clock, you can't really look at anything else. Big round for Na'Vi, and a big one for Perfecto, who has come into Mirage playing inarguably the least desirable spot on CT Mirage, and he's been given the responsibility primarily solo. I say primarily because it seems, coming into this one, a mix-up from Na'Vi in their setup.
Oof. Wild shots fired off towards the connected position there. It's going to be JW, the AK. They're actually giving Fnatic a taste of their own medicine here. The HEs are landing pretty consistently. That one doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's enough to remain convincing. I'm enjoying this one Na'Vi are doing on the CT side.
I can back it up with some ridiculous numbers. Check this out. All of the CTs, apart from Perfecto, are over 100 utility damage. Nearly 200 from Simple.
That's solid.
Fnatic, there are 3 members that haven't surpassed 8. Of course, it's the T side, but a great sign for Na'Vi nonetheless.
Yeah, good point. Well, Simple. Slowed down in terms of numbers, but his teammates certainly haven't. He'll be, dropping another beautiful HE there. Just chipping away at them. He's been finding double kills in the early rounds, left, right, and center. We'll see if he can get another one to his tally here. Flashbang's effective, though. He'll have to fall off. They might as well commit to this now. They've only got CZ and Desert Eagles. Flamey ready and waiting. The backup Simple, and it's amazing. You can see the headshots just being delivered as we'll get 3 kills to his name. Perfecto to close things out from the bench, and it'll be a clean sheet for Na'Vi. They go 8-4 here in our 3rd and final map of the day. As Fnatic took the partial buy in the previous round, we'll have to invest now. We haven't seen much of the JW AWP. Or of Golden, to be honest with you. He's 1-9 right now in this second half. See Flaming the clinical procedure here towards B. Can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, and this could be Na'Vi's 3rd Mirage victory this year. Undefeated so far. Double-digit CT sides versus both OG and Complexity. In 2020, well, 8-4 versus Fnatic here in Katowice. Been a while since it felt the Swedes had caught them off, and it feels like it's been just last round. Simple did the same thing. 2 on the cross, 2 frags before he goes down. That's more than you can ask of your AWPer on the CT side.
That was actually pretty wild. More of that, please, Simple. The double kills, it is being delivered in spades here. 4 versus 3, though, and make it to Boomage. Very confident peek towards the A ramp. It's going to leave them with not much at all, Alex. 1 Molotov and a couple of flashes. I'm loving this from Na'Vi. They did not look like this team in the first 2 maps. At least the first half of Inferno, they looked like they were overwhelmed, strategically weak. None of the individuals were really turning up.
Miscommunicating, like Boomich is looking the wrong way.
Right?
Yeah.
And now this is a different team altogether. This is like the best performance of the evening. From them, at least. We'll see whether they can close this one out cleanly. It's going to be Brolan left with the Krieg, his weapon of choice. But 45 seconds, a bomb. And a pretty disastrous position. Boomer should have the upper hand here, which he does. And there we have it. It's going to be 9-4, 4 rounds in a row. And managing to pick up 9 of the previous 10 rounds. So this is looking very good for them. Fnatic need to wake up. They won the pistol, got the 2 follow-up rounds, but posted 1 single gun round since then.
You can see the opening kill statistics as well. Simple, he's 4-1 in opening duels. And I said it felt like we've seen a lot of those Simple 2-kill feeds. Well, he's had 6 multi-kill rounds, and it's only round 13 in which that tally was found. That's crazy. Nice aggression from Boomich early, and then he seems to have a real comfort in going aggressive ramp despite little cues being given by Fnatic. A change of pace, though, from the Swedes. Straight down middle, 4 of them.
I guess they need to change things up. Nothing's working at this point. That is being overrun by his AWP. That's the real problem I can spot right now. If Simple's getting 2 frags consistently pretty much every round, with the AWP suggests that you need to rebuttal that. You need to bring your own AWP out and see whether that's the solution, because right now these rifles aren't working out for them. They've already found the opening pick. This time Golden does step up, and Boomich, so well timed, waiting for the sound cues, brings it back to a 4-on-4, pretty much guarantees they have to go back towards B. That bomb is on the back of Golden right now, and he's actually going back towards T-spawn.
Look at Brolin's position. Whew. Boomich's adventure, as effective as it was, has enabled Brolin to really get somewhat of an off angle. I'm not sure Boomich is too prepared for this, especially when paired up with a bit of a ramp presence. Smoke flying through the sky now, courtesy of Crims. Checking the connector. And they're all going to hit at once. Molotov him into the open. Brolin strikes, and Fnatic have control of the site. Smoke, it's perfect to at least obscure the view. Simple jumping for info at some point at risk of his own health. Another for Brolin, and Fnatic have advantage. They had to change something, and now it's paying dividends.
The faster pace towards middle, and Brolin stepping up with that Galil. That's what it took, and sometimes you just have to throw the book out the window and say, right, we need to start hitting some shots here. We need to find that confidence. Someone step up, and trust me, that happens a lot in Counter-Strike. One player will just go, I'm just going to try and get this pick here. I'm just going to try and pick connector by myself. If everything else has failed, that's what your stars have to do. They have to orchestrate these plays. We're not done yet, though. It is going to be a 2 versus 2. Remember, there's no utility on the T side here. Bomb is ticking at some pace. I don't think the CTs will have much time here.
Smoking
They've got the smoke, though. They're going to smoke here? They're not even going to bomb it. Perfecto.
No smoke. Why has he not used it? Flamey! He had a kit and a smoke grenade. He sets on it, forgets one of the combo, and it will put another round on the board, 9-5.
Whew, a little bit closer than Fnatic would have liked towards the end there. Imagine the smoke was down.
Yeah, different story, perhaps.
Absolute scenes would have gone down there, but it's going to be Fnatic just about getting away with that one, but everyone pretty much went down with the blast. So let's have a look at this one. So he got off the bomb at that point. Had he had the smoke, probably just committed to it and hoped for the best. You can see, like, yeah, Perfecto's had a real kind of rough outing here today. He's 5 and 6 right now. Like, he had 5 kills in the 30th round of Inferno, but he did save the day, if you remember. Got 3 kills, and Simple, he's got a lot more than that. That's going to be his 18th as he picks towards top of middle and successfully removes Brolin, the danger man of the previous round, in the very opening seconds of the final round of the first half here.
It does, just when you watch him in his prime, in the form like this, just sit back, relax, and enjoy it, because it does look like he's got X-ray on in some of these rounds. Every single time you're trying to cross middle, that's often such an easy AWP fight to contest. They throw a molly connector, you pre-fire it, you never really have too many issues with it. He's taken the same fight and finding the same results round after round.
It's a very good point. He's looking like a different player here on Mirage. It's, again, him just choosing where he wants to go. Off the spawn, got that killer instinct back.
18 and 7. And not a single member of Fnatic with a performance that you could shine a light to it.
And he's not overcommitting as well. It's not he's running down middle on Inferno. That's just a pretty standard pick. And just nailing the shot very fast. Not many AWPers can consistently find that. And this is a desperate play from Golden. Just like one of those gut feeling swings, hoping you can take the attention away from your teammates as they make their way towards B. That was pretty much all he had to work with there. The round really is going to fall apart here. It's going to be 10-5, a resurrection in this series from Na'Vi. It looked like they were absolutely out of it. The first map was a disaster. The first half of the second, it was falling apart. They brought it back from absolute desperation, and now they lead the third 10-5. We're going to take a break and be back with the second half very shortly. You do not want to miss this.
Keep telling us what we can do, but here we are, showing them, making them wish they were you. We've heard the most when it comes to this, yeah, every shade of blue, but don't even care what they'll say. They think we're out of control, yeah, truth be told, we know it, it's just the way we live, we own it. Cause that we love the thrill, we know
your destiny, slay your enemy, raise a legacy. No more apologies, trust your abilities, gather the energy.
It has been a series of teams performing out of their minds, but taking it in turns. Fnatic took the reins first, and now in the third map of this series, a battle for a quarter-final spot minimum. Tickets to the Spodek on the line and a single half on Mirage. Fnatic versus Na'Vi. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Henry, and this sentiment you were sharing before the break, Henry, is that it's a new Na'Vi in the server for this final half.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. This is just a different team than what we saw in the first map. It looks like everything's coming together. We're seeing great utilization of the grenades. It looks like everything's actually looking very efficient. The shots are landing. They're not giving rounds up. They're not team killing each other.
Nice.
It's all looking much better. As we get into a 10-5 lead in the second half, we are going to have Simple, of course, on the P250 and Armor. The Superman combo here as Boomich. He'll set up an interesting smoke there towards the jungle position, I believe, and a flashbang as well. Actually lands in Connector. And it's the first shot for Broline now. What a hell of a shot it was. And it's a bit of a ruse, a bit of a fake as they make their way in towards B. Crims to deal with it.
And he gets one, damages the second before Perfecto's boots hit the ground. Electronics the only one for a consolation frag, and the round's over. Back-to-back pistol rounds for Fnatic. That's the start they were hoping for.
Yeah, that's more like it, isn't it? Fnatic now will be believing, especially after such a convincing pistol victory there. So it was pretty basic approach from Na'Vi. One smoke towards Connector, one flash over. Hopefully Boomich can challenge and get one kill potentially. Didn't work out. They'll rush towards B. If they get the bomb down, fair enough, but they didn't. So they're going to take an eco here. They've got 4 HE grenade, Alex. They're going to use those, I would assume, towards window at the very start of the round and just try and get an early kill. And just knowing they're going to have AKs in the next round, 2 kills would actually be pretty successful given the circumstances.
Oh, JW, he could catch them, but he just evades. Tucks himself in far enough, and now he's the one to inflict the damage. A scout bullet and a USP, and he's not done there. Dinks up another. Crims to finish with the FAMAS. And not too bad. You said they wanted 2. They've got exactly that.
Yeah, with an eco round like this, knowing you've got AKs in the third, the idea is you do as much financial damage as you can in round number 2, knowing the AKs coming out with you hopefully will win, and then you shut down their finances, forcing them into a difficult buy after that. So 2 kills is just enough. We'll take that. So Fnatic now. They'll have to reinvest. You can see the money getting a little bit desperate. I wouldn't mind the tactical timeout at this point, just to talk about the tendencies of Na'Vi, what kind of round they'll present here.
Simple hasn't bought anything, and we'll be leaving spawn a little late. Looks like all good in the hood, though. Jumping into our 18th. Crims is considering it. Charging a little so fast. What was that so brazen?
I like that because you know you've got a disadvantage with the weaponry this round. You've been damaged, and actually, I would say that was a disappointing finish in the previous round for Fnatic. Sure, they got all the kills, but that was overcommitting towards those frags. They shouldn't have really gone for as many as they did. So he knows they've got up against Kriegs and AKs here. They need an advantage. They need throw a spanner in the works, as it were. So he gets up there. That's as good as it's ever going to get. 1 kill, full back, take no damage with a FAMAS. Whatever objective they had in mind, if they had a set piece or a fast play, you just shut it down. They have to put the brakes on, work out what's just happened, recalibrate, and you have the advantage.
Their ears are ringing right now.
Yeah, they didn't expect it, and that's a perfect play from Crims. I love it.
Next. Smoke arrives.
And it just goes on that point we made earlier, like every kill, you've got to be so calculated. Even though you can hear Glocks and no armor just rattling towards middle, if there's 5 of them, they're going to take you down eventually.
Yeah, with players like that, of course. Good damage from Crims. He's not done holding middle just yet, but I think that might be enough of a warning sign. No, still standing his ground. He wants to trip away at them. Jumping across, he finds the angle, and he's not done at all, Crims! He's completely single-handedly shut down the Na'Vi mid-push. Triple kill, bomb loose, and nothing that they can do about it. Simple and Perfecto trying to piece this one back together again. But with 25 seconds, bomb in the eyes of the CTs, they're just going to look to try and maintain what little they have preserved. No utility, but the 2 rifles, hoping to keep them in their grasp. 15 seconds of survival. All on Crims. Single-handedly winning a round. You don't get that every day. Certainly not with a FAMAS against a full buy.
Yeah, what a brilliant round from Fnatic. That's exactly what they had to do. Knew they were in a tough spot. Crims with 4 kills. Did he get him off at a time as well? Simple's money. He did.
What?
Simple's got no money.
I completely didn't miss the clock. He got the timing perfect. Yeah. Simple goes down.
So Crims gets 4 kills, gives their star player 0 cash going forward. They can't even drop him a guns. He can't afford armor. They can't even say, okay, Simple, I'll drop you an AK, see what you can do. That's not an option anymore. That's so sick. It's unbelievable. That
One
might just say
round, one
Fnatic,
man.
yeah. Like he hasn't had a bad game so far, but that's his 15th kill. Judging how well he was playing like on the first couple of maps, like he'll be happy he's back online now.
Yeah, the Dust 2 Crims, I think it was 22 at round 13.
Yes.
That's how ridiculous it was in the first map, but it feels like an age ago. Maybe the Dust 2 Crims has dusted himself back off and stood back up, ready to give this Na'Vi, this revitalized Na'Vi, a good run for their money for that spot. Astralis waiting in the wings of the upper bracket of this group. Winner meets them for that quarterfinal bye. That would be quite the game, whoever wins this, gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a great day of CS, to be honest with you. We've had some fantastic games. Lots of good series. And this is the struggle of a round for Na'Vi here. So, 1 AK, no real utility, and it's Perfecto given the task of finding some openers here. Simple was dropped to Deagle. Perfecto looking to see if he can do anything with the saved AK. Looking towards window. Crims, you can see, ready to take the next kill. It's an iconic position for him towards that connector. And the first kill comes in for JW. Takes down Simple.
Yeah, Brolin will find another as well in the feed, looking rather painless so far for Fnatic in 19th, and the boost does not pay off, and even worse than the kill, they know where another is. Only 2 remaining. And they know Damage crossing in, does bait nicely for Electronic, but immediately traded back, and Samuelson likes the look of that. A slight smirk as he sees his CT side is looking vigilant. 4 rounds on the trot, and the lowest they haven't lost more than 2 players. That is the most we've seen Fnatic fall so far, but the bye will come in after the crippling damage Crims did in the one before. Echoes in the 19th.
Yeah, Fnatic 10-5 down, 4 rounds in a row now in this second half. Golden 3-12, but that's fine. If his teammates are stepping up, he plays towards B. Like it's a low activity area of the map anyway. As we'll see, Brolan taken towards top of middle with the Creek here. We'll see whether this smoke will give him enough to work with. Grenades exchanged. And the AWP in the hands of Simple.
I think that might have been a Perfecto drop just to make it a possibility. Let's see if it pays off. Crossing back, a risk from Brolan, but Simple was not holding the line. Very non-committal from Na'Vi. Flamey lingering in Palace. Powerful position if you get your timings right. All right-eye peaks, all Z-axis advantage, it's hot. But he's got to have enough distraction. Looks like his team are actually planning on joining him. Quite a unique finish if they actually do come out of Palace. Don't see that every day.
That's what we call the old flash attack. So he'll set up a couple of basic smokes. Electronic will be the one to provide the smoke, but he hasn't got a flash for them, so they're just going to have to go dry at this. Roland will be seeing what's available, and that's going to be plenty of kills with the Creek here. It's going to be Simple to answer back, but they're looking to keep the perfect run going here in the second half. 25 seconds remain, and that's another kill for Fnatic. 3 versus 2. Electronic pulls one back, and Simple is alive as well. Going for an open plant. That's brave, to say the very least. That should be it. Electronic's got his work cut out for him to even find a kill here.
Nothing he can do. Just not enough time to piece it all together on the retreat, and that's Crims to convert. 10-10, Fnatic. They used that timeout, the break between the halves, and they've come in looking fresh-faced and bushy-tailed. Na'Vi, they have lost every single member in every round of play, bar 1.
And that's when Simple died after the timer as well.
Oh, good example, yeah.
So it will be Brolan holding towards Sandwich. Quite comfortable towards the end, that one, especially Crims in the back of Electronic here. Another partial buy with maximum loss bonus found. It's going to be Deagles and CZs. A couple of basic smokes and flashbangs here. And oh my goodness, it's Flusher dropping the airstrike towards the top of middle. Follows it up with a barrage of bullets as well. Simple removed early once again. Electronic, this is now one of those difficult fights for Brolan that I thought he was absolutely done for. But still, it's going to be a 5 versus 3. Electronic taking down 38. Surely the round done at this point. Just wanting to get involved in every single fight here.
I love that. He knew he was being pushed from behind. He's like, I've got to take this fight. There's nothing else waiting for me. Do as much damage as I can inflict before I finally fall. And Perfecto did catch him. puts the org in his grasp, but advantage still favoring Fnatic heavily. Currently, they're rather split up.
Yeah, they'll do well in this round if they can pull it off. Electronic with the bomb top middle, Perfecto in the underpass. They have one smoke, an incendiary, and they've recovered it at an org. So Flusher looks like he's got Perfecto's number here. Certainly does. I'll get the double kill. He gets the information and a dink in as well. So great stuff. And we will see 11-10 after entering the half, 10-5 deficit. They are going to actually take the lead here after getting 6 rounds in a row and keeping convincing numbers up almost every single time as well. That was the partial buy from Na'Vi. They do have a full buy now. And we are going to have a terrorist timeout at this point. The first from Na'Vi. Again, surprising that this is their approach, but each to their own.
So Blade, you can see, look at that machine gun mouth. He's like, I've got so much information I have to convey right now, so shut up and listen.
I just feel like if you've got someone like that behind you, it's fine him chiming in every now and then, you know, like we're going to round number 22. It's the first time he's actually had to do anything.
Well, I was keeping an eye on the timer of that timeout. He stopped talking at 0.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I won't be choosing when this sentence ends. ESL will. Still, we jump in. It's round 22. Na'Vi called the timeout the first here on Mirage, and it was after a slew of 6 from Fnatic out of the gates here on the defense. Big round, big buys. Bomb on the back of Simple, AWP as well. Signature for everyone. Let's see what the game plan is for Na'Vi. A little bit of paranoia, perhaps, implanted by Crims, and that YOLO FAMAS push that really did pull the rug from underneath Na'Vi.
Yeah, absolutely. That was great. What a fantastic call. That's just like textbook Counter-Strike. In terms of whoever came up with that, that's brilliant. I hope it was golden. Just saying, like, give it a go.
Yeah,
What you can do with this.
I do hope Frankie gets the grab. Of course, depending on the victor, and get an answer to that question. So, not much of a statement. Maybe I should just stop talking.
Not much of a statement there, either way. Round 22. We will see another 5-on-5 ensuing here. This one a lot slower paced. You know, the 1 minute mark already, and Na'Vi, unfortunately, only have 1 smoke remaining. So you have to be more pressure towards Simple. He's the one with the smoke, but he's also got the AWP, so he's deploying the smoke, or is he going for the first pick here? Maybe a bit of both. Flamey towards the end of Palace. Got the Krieg in hand. In terms of defense, brought him back towards Sandwich, and they haven't really been flushing him out of that position too often, so he's happy to play it again. JW, we're doing his best to bait him in at this point. We will see the 1 smoke they have deployed. It's going to land in there towards the jungle position. And the incendiary dropped. It's going to try and take vision away. They've got to check Sandwich's time.
And they don't. Boomich presents his bottom. Roland, 3 frags from Sandwich. He's having his sandwich and he's eating it. Finally shut down, but 15 seconds. Bomb picked up. Simple would have to find another 2. He's already on 2. I think he has time to plan that bomb, though. Golden's not quite going to get to CT in time, but just in the nick. He will be looking at the floor, and another for Fnatic. They continue their spree. Na'Vi yet to crack this defensive nut from the Swedes.
I can't really understand why, after already conceding 3 frags in a previous round to that same position, they're not Molotoving in, they're not checking Sandwich, just letting him sit there. He's just like, well, if you're going to keep letting me play here, I'll keep doing it, I suppose. It's great work from his teammates to bait him with the AWP, the utility coming in, but just a quick Molotov or a look at it, anything would do. 3 kills in that position twice is probably not acceptable. As we'll see, Fnatic continue their perfect run here in the second half. They're currently up 7-0. With the bomb planted, there's another buy available, but they are running out of time here. Round 23, 12-10 down. You can see them just nonchalantly running past. Great stuff in front of him. Don't get anything wrong here. That's not easy to get 3 frags in that sort of scenario. Like, still an amazing play from him.
Yeah, 2 of the 3 were shooting back. Nice swing. Managed to evade Perfecto's pre-fire. Gets the 3rd frag. All with the AUG, by the way, which did have its what's the word? Spread. There we go. Spread, yeah. Unscoped spread changed. Nerfed is the word I'd use. 12-10, and the timeout number 2 called this time from Na'Vi. They're just going to get Blade back on the mic and also just perhaps take the full 30 seconds to get themselves back in the zone. Perhaps shaken a little bit by the way this half has started.
Well, yeah, the scores on the door so far. I can see Simple at the very tippity top there with 22 and 14. Perfecto, another quiet performance from him. And that is alarming, because when you're the young gun and you're brought in, like the sentiment is they're going to be the really skilled one, the one that's kind of finding these frags, and hasn't been the best series for him, but that's not the biggest issue. This round is. We are going to see MAC 10s and UMPs brought through. going to be a focus towards B at this stage. Maybe a B execution, a couple of smokes towards the arch side. Indeed, maybe the window as well. Try and get themselves in and lead the charge with that Mac 10. Perfecto goes in quickly. The spacing's terrible here for Na'Vi.
Oh, he was all alone. The smoke from the CTs, they just obeyed it. And look at the nades on top of that. 3 members just shell-shocked, half health. Golden's still on the site. JW supporting his bottom. Unfortunately for him, a missed shot, but Golden's not missing anything. Quiet, but 3 in this. From 5 frags to 8. Has he done enough? Boomich, he's playing around the kitchen window, somehow still alive, flirting with death. Bomb can go in. Boomich tucks in on the bin. And not getting to bench. Brawlin held the cross. That was a ballsy choice from Simple, but it's not over yet for Na'Vi. It is now. JW confirms it. And Fnatic hold on. Golden, all the credit goes towards him. He made that B site hold look great. And Perfecto, you're right. He was so ahead of the pack.
Yeah, it's not an individual thing from him.
No.
It's the whole team is just kind of falling apart at it seems at this point. That's a bit of a Hail Mary call. B execution's fine, but if you're going to do it, everyone has to commit. Sure, you might be segregated by the Molotov, but it felt like he went in almost for nothing, and then they got absolutely bombarded with grenades there towards the apartment position. Great opening frag. That is okay. Well, you guys going to come in or what? Like, still amazing hold from Fnatic here, but the timing and spacing was off. This didn't seem like all the smokes landed either. As we get into the last few rounds here potentially, number 24, another buy available for Na'Vi, all there for Simple.
That stat on the bottom of the screen is a great way to summarize how this half's been going. That kill from Boomich with his UMP was the first time a player not named Simple or Electronic has fragged this half.
That's kind of insane.
Wow.
Yikes.
JW connecting. Boomich gone. Bomb back towards the B apps. But Na'Vi, they're not looking like they have anything substantial at the start of this one. Back to the drawing board, back to middle. Give Simple some time to work his magic.
He's going to have to at this point. Set the pit on the whole performance. Still residing in T-Spawn. Perfecto towards the B apartments. AWP, the bomb on his back as well. I want to give that to one of the rifles so you can hold towards that A ramp. So what's the play here? Looks to be an A split from the underpass. Just going to be holding up. They've still got 3 smokes. Time is okay, not necessarily on their side though. They've still got a lot of ground to cover to get towards Connector. That's going to be the first objective before they even get to the bomb site here. Trying to take the attention away. Dropping actually a decent amount of smokes here on the A site. Pretty decent work here, but can they actually make them work? They boost one player up towards window. The bomb now in towards Palace on the back of Simple, who remember has the AWP. Good shot from Flamey, undetected, and now they're into the round. Here we go.
This looks really nice from Na'Vi. They've managed to piece together a rather beautiful take. The flank, however, could be the fly in the ointment. It's Flusher from behind. Golden tagging nicely into Flamey, but not converting could be a problem. With 14 seconds left, that bomb has to go down, but that pulls Simple out of apartments. And he caught a glimpse. Doesn't hit the spray. Flusher converts, and that's the round. That's 14 for Fnatic. One of them has to survive. One down, and Brolin sweaty for a second, but he lives on.
20 HP. Had he got knifed out towards spawn, the chance he goes down, so he tucks himself in, knowing the clock's so low. That was the best chance they've had of actually winning a round yet, and it falls apart by virtue of the clock once again. 14-10. Money is going to be in a difficult spot. Yes, they have the maximum loss bonus for sure, but a couple of players didn't get cashed around Perfecto, and a tough one here.
You said Simple might want to consider throwing that bomb off to one of the rifles. And what did we see? Simpler strafing out of Palace with 15 seconds left. AWP on his back, bomb in his hands.
So, Blade, can you help us out here, mate? We're 14-10 down. It's all. We haven't got a single round in the second half. Maybe we can bring you in at this point. You can see the timeouts have been depleted very quickly up until this point.
That's true.
They didn't take one. It's like, oh, it's fine. Well, it's 7-0 down. Now all of a sudden, alarm bells is going off. Okay, we do need the coach, it seems. 9-0.
But fun question, if you're Fnatic and you know that you have this control over the game, you're this invested and this close to victory, you see your opponents calling these timeouts rapid fire, are you changing anything?
Yeah, after this timeout, I know they're sweating. They're all falling apart. If I'm Crims, I'm doing that same sort of play. The fact they've called a timeout, they're adapting right now. They're going to be dropping more strategy than defaults. They're not going to be relying on a default at this point. They're going to try and go for a split potentially quickly. I'd like to see a bit of aggression from the CT side, but it looks pretty standard to me. You can see the UMP's out, Mac 10. This is about as bad as it gets, and Brolan looks like he's in a prime position to get that first kill. Electronic can't challenge that again, not with a UMP. He'll have to fall back. He needs to hold on to that utility. They need it to even gain access towards a bomb site.
Oh, good point.
Because when it's Counter-Strike, you don't drop all your grenades, you drop one on death. So it's not like his teammates can collect the bundle, they'll just get one of the most valuable grenades. That's it.
Yeah, get that molly towards dark so you at least drop the smoke. This is crunch time. Na'Vi need this. They need to get off of the 10 that they came into this half with. 10-5. 14-10. JW connects. First blood draw in favor of Fnatic. Definitely not for the first time. And that will be enough to spur Boomich into a charge. Gets the info. Krims gets away with his life. And JW's hitting more shots. This is looking all too easy. Poised and perfect. It's perfecto towards Apps. He's given it his best shot, but Golden takes one before he falls.
Well then, Simple, what are you made of, my man? We'll see what he can do here as he jumps down, and it's going to be just the one as we find a perfect game from Fnatic here. 10-0 in the second half in the final map, looking for a place in the quarterfinals, guaranteed here in Katowice. As the final timeout comes in, might have needed this a bit earlier, boys. I'm sorry, you've kind of maybe waited way too long in that department, as they only have maximum loss bonus here. They haven't planted it 2 rounds. We need to get $3,400 per player. That is it. They now need 5 rounds in a row to survive this series and take us to overtime. From what I've seen so far, we're not going to be getting there. They haven't got a single round here, and Simple's bought a Nova shotgun on the T side with $3,400. He's gone for a Nova shotgun. All right.
A reminder,
Simple
of course.
knows a lot more than me. I'm fine with it. If he can pull that off, fair play. I've never seen it done before.
He's here to change the meta.
He could have gone for Galil, armor, grenades, went for the Nova.
A reminder, of course, this is an upper bracket. This is an upper bracket game for a spot in the SPO deck.
Yes. Indeed.
Every chance, every opportunity you have. The Nova, he sees it as the best option.
So,
maybe looking to catch someone off guard.
You've got 3,400, the Galil's 1,800. So you can get armor, Galil, and basic utility. I don't know why he's done this. Maybe he's got something unbelievable that's going to happen. That's normally what happens when I call these sort of things out. Let's see.
Let's check it out. He's got a cool skin. He's experienced with the weapon, clearly. Electronic will be setting him up. Gosh, you know, it's one place a shotgun could thrive. It would have been in window, but Flusher's holding him. Krims has got another. This flawless Fnatic, they're actually going to do it. I can't believe the Madmen are going to do it. 3 frags away from a perfect CT half in the 3rd map of this spectacular Day 2 game of Katowice.
Just after we finished saying, wow, Na'Vi look like a different team here. This first half is unbelievable. Fnatic best them and actually go for 11-0 and completely destroy them. They haven't quite got there yet. To 5-on-3, admittedly, but they have no grenades and no real firepower. Boomich, he might have threaded the needle here. Has to go for a quick kill. That enables him to get a rifle at least. What's it going to be? It's the M4. So a chance here. Could this be their first round? Stolen away by Boomich and the MAC-10. It looks like it could be happening here. Down to the 3-on-2. They actually have the advantage now. Flusher holds towards short, but he's going to be swung from bench, and they've actually done it. They've at least denied the perfect game in the second half.
That is it. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. It looked so promising. 2 opening kills, courtesy of Flusher and Krims, but it's Boomich who just slips behind enemy lines, and it's all it took. All it takes. Krims falling in kitchen, puts the M4 in his grasp, and Boomich does the rest perfecto. Knowing Golden's attention was drawn elsewhere, but Brolin has just one opportunity now. He won't quite be able to profit. Na'Vi, they do avoid the embarrassment of a perfect half from their opponent. And, of course, from the hard work of their CT side, 4 rounds away from taking us to overtime.
4 rounds. If they can pull that one off and go on a perfect streak of 5, like, this would be one of the craziest series ever. Like, in terms of, like, some of the rounds that have gone down in this storyline of a perfect run for Fnatic, if we go to overtime, considering the money of Fnatic, like, they've had a perfect run, but the rounds have been very close, right, some of them. So they've actually gone in with Scouts, Deagles, and an MP9 here. There's a chance this goes to overtime. I don't think I've ever cast anything like that before.
That would be a unique circumstance, but with this one, this is barely a buy for them. They can get away with the Kevlar on the SMG and a Scout for Krims. I can hear the tension in the player room now.
There's a lot on the line here. Fnatic can close this one out right here, right now. Be a lot of pressure relieved. If they give this round up, though, they'll start to second-guess themselves. It'll be 15-12 of full eco. That's going to be 15-13 pretty much locked in. And they've lost the first player here, but they do pull back some damage at least. The Scout connecting a couple of times towards Electronic and Boomich. Is it going to be enough, though? It's Krims. Ready and waiting. Needs to hit a couple more shots if he has a standard chance at this point. First shoulder has been seen. Hits another one. That's Simple down low.
Rain for the wide peak, and Electronic just not going to give it to him. Waits for the shot to be fired and uses that as an opportunity to relocate. Well played from Electronic.
Going towards B by the looks of things, and Golden, if he can find the low HP players, there is a chance. He'll need a couple of kills here. His teammate Roland will chime in first. Takes a lot of damage upon arrival here from the T's, but a great shot with that Desert Eagle. There could be a chance yet. Holds patiently for his teammates to arrive. It's low HP Perfecto now, and now Brolan. 2-on-2, joined by Crims as the bomb gets planted. A decent HE grenade. Had he have thrown
it could have been good. It still can be. Oh, he's got one. It's Crims actually connecting with the scout. Low HP on Boomich. He can't hit it. And saving the day. That's twice. Yep. In-game leader for Na'Vi. Boomich has saved them. First the flank with the MAC-10. Now a crucial double. 12. Na'Vi, 2 so far, and both back-to-back on their T side.
Yeah, you're dead on there, like with Boomich saving the day. Like that is massive. The MAC-10 looked like the game was definitely over. Golden did his absolute damnedest there to stay in the round, but Boomich just too strong here. 14 HP, has to nail the shot, and he delivers on all fronts here. Money, actually pretty reasonable for Fnatic as we get into M4s. Got the AWP for JW.
Manufactured nice gap in that window smoke. But that doesn't deter Simple. He still jumps into middle and catches an AWP bullet to the chest. Finished off by JW. Crims already onto Boomich, but Electronic, he is not giving up easily. 2 swift headshots from either side of middle keeps things level. That could have been it. Instead, Fnatic, 2 fall in quick succession and we're right back level.
3-on-3. This would be unbelievable if Na'Vi could pull this one off. A heist of a half. Smokes, Molotovs available. Tension setting in once again. In terms of their general setup, we have 3 players heading towards the B side of the map right now, at least. That's Flamey, Electronic, and Perfecto.
God, you've worked so hard. 3 maps of Counter-Strike. You're sitting on 15. Not only that, but you did it with 10 rounds, 11 rounds. What's the magic number?
Is this where it all ends, though? Yeah. Flamey making his way towards the connector. Perfecto patrolling the window. It's Crims on the Fnatic side of things with the AWP towards the B apartments, allowing him to anchor that position alone. Golden and Brolan both playing a conservative game of Counter-Strike towards CT spawn. They have 1 kit available on the A side of the map and a smoke. Perfecto's got up towards the window, so he's going to try and dissect this area of the map. The bomb's on the B apartment, so this is where this could be decided. 20 seconds remaining, bomb down. They're so far away, I don't think they can even plant. They have to win this by kills at this point.
Not like this.
That should be it, Alex.
Not with the clock. Flamey's just sitting there in middle. Yeah, he does.
GG.
Well, it's
Play the music. Let's go.
It's not my favorite way to win it. But that is it. Fnatic, exceptional. Don't let that, the way it ends, deter you from an exceptional Swedish Fnatic side. Victory in a can, all that good stuff. My goodness, they're off to meet Astralis in the upper bracket round 3.